Gotta do this. It's unsettling how now the palms of his hands are soft again, like baby skin. And the whoopings I got back then are so relevant now. Unsettling how that swagger in his step has become a stagger at best. I watched that patch of gray give way to a mass of silver wisp stranded on once crisp collars, and I have learned how to fasten cufflinks. And my father's learning that a daughter's love is unconditional. This mountain of a man now stands 3 inches shorter than he used to be. He leans on me, and I remember him as Superman. But the core sands of time have become his kryptonite. I think back to when I was 5 and those strong hands held me high above the crowd so I could see, or entwine with mine as he danced with me, my little toes stepping on his ginormous feet. I thank God for the gift of memory, for there's a different man before me now, but we're closer than we've ever been. My days are spent simply trying to prolong his laughter, evoke a smile, meanwhile fixing him a breakfast consisting of eggs, bacon, and 12 various medications. I cannot stand to see his pain. The grimace upon his face I once associated with anger, even his voice is not the same. It seems like a stranger calls to me. His tone is weak and no longer makes me tremble and feel like in my childhood years. And I like him in so many ways. He can tell you tales so captivating, motivating. The world was his stage, and when he entered the room, he became the center of attention. Not to mention that this man has class. See, I have gotten from him the gift of gab, and he taught me that acting a fool was never the smart thing to do. And if you want something done, the best man on the job is you. He's instilled in me wisdom, reality, and hustle. Has me repeating phrases to my children like, when it's raining and the sun shines, stick a pin in the ground and you can hear the devil beating his wife, and none of us knows what that even means. But it doesn't even matter. I know that the time takes its toll and keeps on ticking, but there's a little girl inside who thought her daddy would never grow old, that he would keep on kicking, so it's hard. It's hard for me to see him like this, and I feel selfish for my own agony, for wishing him young again, and I don't want to turn back the hands of time. I want to flip back calendar pages so he can fly again like Superman. Thank you.
I like that, Anna.
So I'm going to do another poem.
Why not? Come on.
I'm going to sing. But I can't sing.
I want you to sing.
So you can have to bear with me on this, everybody.
Come on now. We got you back.
Now I feel like I'm really doing open mic. Oh my God, it's so nervous. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Eyes wide like dark pools high tide leaves behind, but they don't shine in moonlight like the reflections of stars do. They display mirror images of sun flashing the availability of motel rooms, and only regrets and maybe babies are made in beds like these. See, the windows of their soul display motion picture memories of sorrow with gaping holes where open arms should have been. Empty stomachs and aching hearts where mom should have been. Those goodnight kisses traded in for 8 balls and boyfriends. And these babies never had a home-cooked meal. And at night they sang themselves a lullaby, and it sounded like, you abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. They found consolation in bad dreams because it seems reality made flesh wounds bleed even more. Learned to thank God for top ramen community microwaves and the kindness of strangers. Thought that anger was the answer for everything. And it's a shame to see little girls searching for spare change in strange men's pockets. But she's getting older now. Taught herself to keep sanity stashed between the provided Holy Bible and phone book. And she started to look more and more like her mother. Recognizing her less and less by her presence. Trying not to follow in her footsteps. But she's guided by only street lights and the nightlife. Trying hard to keep her faith like falling crystals, trying not to break, but it's hard to change the way her mama made her when you abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. He'd attended 9 different schools by 4th grade, raised by 5 sets of foster parents, a multitude of group home counselors, and of course, block boys. Caught his first case at 18, seen 24 months before reaching drinking age, so you can say he'd become somewhat of a numbers person. He's certain of 2 things, that he'll stay black and he'll die, and he's steadily trying to prove his point on the latter matter. He's never met a man with his last name. Claims it's him against the world, and it seems unfortunately he may be right. Valued his set more than his life, and it's sad to see a man sacrificing his freedom for profanity, greed, and glass pipes, and he's on strike 3 now. Out of appeals and court dates, too little, too late, sealed his fate like checkmate. And now he's starting to calculate how he ended up in this position with all the odds stacked against him, and the only thing he knows his unborn son will know is that his daddy's missing. And in his dreams, he hears that little boy sing, "You abandoned me, love don't live here anymore."
All right,
good job.
You did it, girl. You did it.
Okay, so my last one I'm gonna read is from the book, The Bricks That Built the Brick House.
All right.
Published by Brother Hypnotic. And I also wanted to share that my book will be out soon, A Poet's Handbook.
All right.
Published by Blacktastic Books. Thank you very much. And yes, it should be on Amazon any day now.
Right.
Any day. This is called A Speechless Poet. I haven't done this one before. You said no reading tonight, get some sleep, and I tried, but as soon as your lips kissed my left thigh, I knew I was gonna go home and write. You kept asking me tonight to tell you what I was thinking, so it was only fitting that I wrote this poem for you, because my pen has never been shy, and when inspired to write love notes like the way you make me do, I will. And even the letters turn out beautiful. See, when we make love, it'll be like hieroglyphics translated into romantic Sanskrit, and maybe that's where the Kama Sutra really came from. Because if we can take the world by storm with words, I'm imagining bliss being amplified and multiplied when the time is right. But tonight, there was no reading, and that's what I was thinking, because that's what I promised you.
That's good, girl.